I totally wasn't muted. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never forgotten to unmute a day in my life, okay? This is not something that I do. I will never ever start stream muted. But yes, the new outfit is because I finally updated my model so I can have multiple outfits now. So we have different outfits that match with different games, and I couldn't decide what outfit to wear today. So we put on sleepy outfit, comfy outfit. I was going to put on my pajama outfit, but I'm saving that for next week because it's the coolest one. So I have to save it. I can't use it for a simple work-along stream, imagine the toll. Hang on, let me put on the music I'm listening to. We're listening to chill DMCA-free, copyright-free music on YouTube. So, okay. This should, in theory. There we go. Desktop audio. Lovely. Hello, Viv. No worries. Never apologize for being high energy. We will need some of that today, because I am still sleepy. But everyone, you know what time it is. We need to do roll call, so... Hello, Viv. Hello, Mare West. Hello, Mina. Hello, Dove. Hello, Luxie. Hello, hi. I think I've got everyone. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. So, we're doing a work-along stream today, which this is my first time doing a stream like this. But I have so much to work on. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'll fit in a stream and do my work. And then I had the genius idea of doing the work-along stream. I know, utterly revolutionary. But the good news is that I've added in some final things into my stream, into the playing section, which you'll see in a second, which will let you guys, join in with the work along, and we're working on my Expedition 33 video essay today. So, if any of you have any takes or ideas, then you can come in as well. You can help me come up with arguments and things, because I need a lot of counterpoints. New outfit? Yes, we've got an alternate outfit now. We have quite a few alternate outfits. So, hello, Neo. We have this one and then a few others, which I'm going to be using for different games and stuff. But because this is a casual stream, we've got the casual outfit on. You know, we're living the dream. But yes, so today we're drafting and doing a lot of research on my... what do you call it? My Expedition 33 deep dive, because I want to cover literally everything in this game, so I need everyone in stream to give me their ideas when we get there. So I've already got my current notes dump open. I'm moving everything over to make it a bit more accessible, because we've started using a new writing app, which I don't know if you guys have tried it. It's called Ellipsis, but instead of ES, ellipses, it's US, like sus among us. Sus imposter. I'm not done with my playthrough map. I'm sorry, you can give us takes as someone who's only in Act 2. You've seen all the spoilers. You're my mod, you can't get away with not seeing spoilers. You had to pass me tissues. So, that's one thing, actually. The endings of Expedition 33 have so much, so many different people think of them very, very differently. I know that when I played with you guys, a lot of people were very big on choosing Verso's ending, which I love, but it wasn't that easy for me. So I like getting everyone's opinions and seeing why, and I want to include them in the video essay. So if you guys give me any opinions or takes or little tidbits I haven't seen in the game so far, and you're happy being credited in my video essay, you absolutely will be, because number one rule of writing is to always cite your sources, and if my sources are you guys, then you will be cited. But do you guys want to see the whole new outfit, actually? You can see my legs. Hang on. I've got shoes on, don't worry. Ta-da! It's a whole fit. It's a whole fit. Now, I don't know if anyone has this secret seal lore, actually. But I'd say I wouldn't, like, put myself in any subculture strictly. But I'd say, like, with my day-to-day stuff and clothing, I'm more on the alt side of things. So this is comfy. This is cozy for me. Why is this capturing my cursor? Don't do that. Hot take, I think it's a good game. No way. Well, I've had to dive into the trenches for this Expedition 33 video essay. You'd be surprised at the takes I've seen. A lot of people have been like, oh, it's massively overhyped. There's a whole thing a lot of people are really mad about. I don't know if you guys remember the Game Awards, where it won, like, almost every game award it was up for nomination. It was up for nomination for. And a lot of those I do think it was totally fair and warranted that it won it, because it is truly an astonishing game. One of my favorites, I think. It has very easily pushed its way into I'd say easily my top 5 games. Okay, guys, this is my hot take. The only game that I don't think it should have won in the category it was in the category it was nominated for, was I don't think it should have won Best RPG. Not because it's not a good RPG, but because Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 kind of revolutionized the role-playing part of RPG. Like, it's so... I don't know if you guys have played it. It is genuinely one of the most, like, immersive games that I have played in terms of, like, you think about every, like, semantic of living in the time. Like, how much you smell impacts your charisma, and, like, how easily you can talk to people, and how much they're inclined to believe you, and discounts you get in stores, and reactions when you hit on women and stuff. It's a very immersive game. I think that is the only award that I don't think it should have won. A sort of concept being qualified as indie, so they had more people working on it than Nintendo did on Breath of the Wild. Yeah, absolutely. Like, it was independent in terms of, like, publishing, but then it's a massive independent team. So being pitted up against games that had, like, 3 people working on them. It's divisive. It's a divisive topic. And so I'm including it in my video essay, obviously, because I don't get enough angry people in my comments, and I think I need more of those. I need more people raging at me for my opinions. That's how you know you've done a good analysis, is if everyone who listens to it is like, okay, but have you considered, but. I remember the massive people saying they tried it because it couldn't have been that good, just to go, okay, it is that good. Okay, this is gonna be a nostalgic memory for some of you. But my second ever stream that I did, which was the first time I played Expedition 33, was titled something like, is this game really that good? And it was after the Game Awards. And I was like, is this game really that good? And the answer, after 20-something parts, was in fact, yes, it is that good. It is actually that good. I accept that I cast doubt upon it cruelly. It is that good. Hello, Condiment. Hello. I need tips for rage bait. Oh, don't even. I made one TikTok that had some people tilted, and I got so distressed I nearly cried. You also plastic wrapped a particular spark who'll be unnamed. I did. If I recall correctly, it's because that spark was maybe backseating, but I could be wrong. And thus spawned the basement, actually. That is where the basement came from, was that second stream. This is so nostalgic. Guys, this is a nostalgic memory. It feels weird, almost, to be working on a video essay for a game that I started playing with you guys. It has now been so long. you believe we wouldn't have the basement without E33? Honestly, I'm very soft on E33 because I feel like in part it's a massive part of why we have such a lovely community. And so I like making callbacks to it, which you'll see in my pajama outfit actually. There is an E33 reference, which you'll see next week for my sleepover stream. I fully believe the basement spawned in the Sanjay manor. Actually, it's right in there. It is actually, yes, there's a hidden door, and if you go through it, you find the basement. You find the basement. I do want to replay Expedition 30. Oh gosh, replay Expedition 33, or at least parts of it on stream at some point. I think that would be really fun, having a throwback stream, but I feel like it's a bit too soon to do that. It's less of a throwback and more of a, remember 2 weeks ago. Hello, oh my gosh, Hannah, your 3-stream streak. Congratulations, try saying that 5 times fast. Thank you so much for clocking in. Maybe for our first anniversary. Oh yes, that would be so good. First anniversary, and if we ever hit partner. If we ever hit partner, I'll do an Expedition 33 throwback. No, not if. Sparks, you hear me? I'm committed. When we hit Twitch partner, I will do an Expedition 33 throwback stream. Okay? We're a bit far from it now, but I believe in us, okay? I believe in us. Hello, Hannah, how are you doing today? So, we're doing work today. It sounds very boring, but I swear, I've done my best. Don't forget you have an E33 race today. Oh yes, that's going to be in our subathon. Our subathon. The Mare West cam in the corner. I'm imagining, like, shitty phone video recording of your TV because you're a console player. Have fun, I'm gonna look. Of course, thank you, Hannah. Reminder, dear friends, take your meds if you need any, and also redeem your free Epic Games Game of the Week. Oh yes! Everyone redeem Cozy Grove on Epic Games. I haven't played it. I've heard good things though. I've heard good things. There's a few games I've been playing recently, off stream. Because I like having my games that I play off stream and that I can then talk about during our Yap sessions. So I bought Here's Coming a few months ago now, actually. And I played it here and there, and it was fun while I played it, but I didn't think much of it. And it kind of fell by the wayside, but I started playing it again the last couple weeks, and it is so fun. They've added so much more stuff to it, and it is it is obsession-inducing. It's such an easy to pick up game. Like, you go in, you spend 10 minutes, 20 minutes playing it, you put it down, and then next time you have a free moment, you're in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, put it down, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, put it down, over and over and over again. I played it obsessively on the Switch, then on Netflix games. I'm so into that stuff. Oh, I will need to play it at some point. I've also been playing a lot of Slay the Spire 2. So, actually, oh yes, I can tell you guys. Next Sunday, we are going to be playing Slay the Spire 2 with Cal's Dice. And maybe a few other people if we can get anyone else on board, but otherwise it'll just be me and Cal, and we will be playing Slay the Spire 2, and I will be yelling my interpretations of the little lore, like, sneak peeks we're getting, to make it an official Seer stream. Because I'm not sure. We played Persona 3 together, we played the first one through Persona 3, and it is one of my favourite games of all time, but I didn't feel like it really connected in the way I wanted it to. Of course, if you guys want me to continue it, I 100% will, because I love that game. But otherwise, I was thinking about maybe the Nier games. I haven't actually fully got all of the endings on Nier Replicant, so we could do that. It's been years, so I don't remember too much on it. But I'll put out a discussion thing on Discord, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in there. So, yes, anyone who isn't in my Discord, you can be. You can be. Oh, you want to be so bad. There we go. There's my Discord. There we go. Sorry, I was shrimping, and I only just realised. My problem with writing is that I shrimp a lot when I do it. I'm just hunched over, full-on prawn maxing. It's terrible. Love the Nier games so much. Yes, please. Oh, Nier is so good. And I've wanted to do some video essays on them for a while now. And I feel like they've got a similar kind of tone to Expedition 33. I will be needing another sick right, although yes. We'll make a tally, okay? If we play the Nier games, we'll make a tally of how many times I cry. It will be quite a few. That's my morning. It will be quite a few. But what else was I doing? What else was I gonna say? I have so many things to yap about lately. I'm obviously with Dove right now. Dove is sat on the bed behind me and should be doing some biology homework. Fingers crossed. And I've also got... We need a cry counter on screen for stream. We do actually, for our next run through, when we've settled on our next run through, I will put a cry counter on screen, and we can log my cries, and I will include them in all my deep dive video essays. Don't look at me, I don't know. Put down Star Sand Island, Dove. Put it down. We're about to go over to the working screen anyway. So, and I'll talk you guys through the working stream and adding your goals and things. So, let me move us over. Bada-bam. Hello, Sparks. Why am I hidden? Oh, there I am. Hello. So, Yuri or cry counter? Both. We'll need both, I fear, for the Nier games. Hi, how was your day off, Sit? It was wonderful, Dragon Slayer, thank you. I hope you had a wonderful day whilst I wasn't here, but I am back now, so you guys can't escape me. Only counts I can add to the list. Okay, well, we're here. We're on the list now. So, as you guys can see, in the bottom, we have the list of task commands that you guys can add to the stream today. So, it doesn't have to be strictly work in the way that most people think of it with, you know, studying or researching or, you know, whatever like that. It can be anything at all. So you can put in if you're drawing or if you're playing a game and you want to get a specific goal today or unlock a specific achievement, you can do absolutely whatever you would like with that. And Mr. and I will like say, of course, thank you for the like, Dragon Slayer. You can put down what you're going to cook for dinner tonight. Anything, any task at all. So just put exclamation mark add and then put down your goal for stream today. And you will see that when you complete it, you get a nice noise and it will have your username, what your goal was, and whether or not you did it on stream today. So obviously I've got a few goals up here. I want to research Verso some more. I also want to do more research into the ending debate because I know the devs came out and spoke recently about whether or not, like, about the morality of different endings. But there's also inspiration for Expedition 33 was the Horde de Contrevent, and I want to research that some more today because I can't read it because it's in French and I don't speak French. You absolutely can add to. You absolutely can. Go ahead. You can add as many as you'd like. If it fills up on the screen, it just scrolls. So add as many as you'd like, and then when you complete them, you'll get a nice reward sound, and you'll be able to see at the end of the stream how many goals you've completed. And in theory, it should work. So I forgot, but did you ever play the DLC in E33? I did, and I love it so much. I haven't finished it all yet, but I have it. So yes, there you can see Dove biology assignment. Yes, you can add your tasks and put it in there, and then you get the gratification of knowing that you did stuff. I'm being a guinea pig. We're trying two at once, I think. Oh gosh. Oh yes, it works. Oh, it's perfect. Look at that. It separates them if you use a comma. Oh yes, this is perfect. It's all coming together, guys. It's all coming together. Ah, perfect. And then obviously you can also complete tasks, or if you type it in wrong or you want to change it, you can just delete it and do a new one. So yes, there are so many things that we can do with this, and I kind of love it. I kind of love it. I love the DLC in Expedition 33. It is such a change of pace, for considering like where it takes place in the story, and you're experiencing immense tragedy, and you're about to experience immense tragedy, and then, oh, we're in Candyland. I love it so much. Actually, I've got a reference to the DLC. Oh, yes, Mayor West. Make more. Make more. Give it to the Sparks, please. Add that as well. It's gonna highlight how much I procrastinate. I procrastinate so much as well, which is why I have added my specific tasks today. I don't know if I'll finish all 3 of these, but I want to get started at least on some of them. Oh, really? Procrastination. I know, right? I know, it's awful. Okay. I will be yapping softly while I work, but it will be a bit less of a focused yap than my dedicated yap time is, because obviously I'll be, researching. But I'll be talking through everything that I'm doing and discussing. There'll be lots of typing, keyboard things, the usual. And you will see how much I procrastinate in live time. I did mess around with adding a fishing game to stream today, but I thought, considering we're working today, it might not be a good idea to add a game that encourages you to procrastinate and look at my stream more than look at yours. But every so often, so Twitch doesn't nerf me completely, if you could come and drop a little emote, let us know how your task is going. I'd appreciate it very much. We have timers as well, so every 20 minutes I will stop working and I will yap for about 5 to 10 minutes. We can discuss all of our progress, everything that we're doing, and make serious sweet little snack. Oh, Dove, you're so sweet. You are so sweet. Thank you. Okay, so, and with that, I am going to see if this timer actually works. I'm going to be so mad if it doesn't. Please. Please work. Why does it hate me so? Oh, did I get the command wrong? I bet I got the command wrong. It auto-plays once I do it one time, so I just need to work it out once, and then it will be fine. Just until then, I have 2 streams up, a vid queued and 2 games. Oh my gosh, you are attention maxing, or attention deficit maxing. I'm not sure. Timer settings, commands. Oh, my bad. It's timer play, not play timer. Okay, this should... Oh, it's working, so I need to work now. Okay. Our working timer is on, guys! And I will be back to full on yapping soon, but until now, I am booting up my plan. I'm looking through it again, so everything is fresh in my mind. My goal today is researching Verso, researching the inspiration behind Expedition 33, and also, what's my other task? I can't see it. Guys, I can't see my task. Help me. Oh, research the ending debate. Okay, this is fine. I can do that. That's easy. I always wish to research that man. Of course you do. You love him. Okay. So first, Verso. I do. Of course you do. Of course you do. So we are first going to have... Should I do the ending debate first? No, I think that's quite heated. I think I need to be in the zone for it to properly do it. And the horticulture one is it's kind of research heavy. I don't know. Yeah, okay, we'll do Verso first, because the best way that I use I say the best. The way that I use to analyze characters is kind of weird, maybe, in that I like writing down everything I remember about a character and like their overall story arc from the top of my head. So I can see what I'm most comfortable with about a character, and then I can break it down into, I have like a key for what I need to research. Like, oh, I'm really familiar with, you know, how this character reacts to tragedy, but I'm not that familiar with the character's earlier life, you know? So it gives me like a place to jump off from. So that's what we're going to do. We are first going to write from memory everything that we know about Verso. So it's quite a lot because I love that man and his writing. Verso. And this is specifically painted Verso. Not real Verso, because I'll have to do a lot more research on that because I know a lot less off the top of my head because, you know, spoiler alert, he's kind of dead. Has 2 sisters, yes. Painted. In canvas. That's just so that I know which one I'm referring to. Verso has 2 sisters. Leia and Alicia. His mother is Aline, and his father. Also, my S key and my N key, I need to replace the switches on them. So if you've noticed that my S and N key constantly skip, I know. I know. I swear I'm hitting them. I just need to replace the switches. And his father is Renoir. Okay. Starting at like early age. So his family, they're a family of painters. I thought I was imagining that. No, it's definitely a thing. I think I have some spare switches actually, so I can bring them over. The broship between Verso and Minoko shows Verso when alive. Love the family dog Minoko. Exactly. Oh, that's so good to add. We will. We're just putting. We're writing it right as that. The broship. The broship between Verso and Minoko is representative of how close IRL Verso was to the family dog Minoko. Muko. I hope you're having fun. The website looks so clean. Thank you. Hello, Emiko. Oh my gosh, Emiko. Yes, I'm using a wonderful website called Ellipsis, which is like ellipses, but instead of an E, it's a U. And it's a really good writing website. I used to use Google Docs like Die Hard, and then they started scraping everything on Google Docs for AI, and I write my stories on there, so I didn't really want that getting scraped. So I've moved over to Ellipsis, and it takes a bit of getting used to, but it's got this really clean focus mode, which I love so much. I can offer you my secondary keep if necessary. It's behind you and charged. Oh, thank you. It's all okay. Oh gosh, I got hiccups. It's all okay. I've adapted, survived, and overcame. No, actually, how AI has ruined absolutely everything. It honestly has. Like, it's so annoying, especially when you're so used to, like, everything I own is on Google Docs, right? So having to move all of that and over to Ellipsis has been a bit of a pain, but now I've got it done. I do love this, and it was made like by writers, so it's got like everything you can need. You can also like take pictures of what you written as snapshots to use on social media and stuff, which is wonderful. It retains like the quality instead of like a print screen. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Mayor West, thank you for the gift, for gifting this up to Emiko. Thank you. Oh, you are wonderful. You are all so wonderful. His family is the Desondo family. Enjoy the emotes, Emiko, and the no ads. Just in time. I put 2 S's. I know how to spell this, Andre, I swear. A family of amazingly skilled. Yeah, that's good enough. It doesn't need to sound good right now. It just needs to be like a kind of train of thought about the character. Painters who can create entire worlds in canvases. Simple. Oh, despite this, Verso did love music. Despite this, real Verso did adore music, and painting was more a hobby? Question mark. Not all of this will be entirely right, because this is just what I remember. The sound to operating systems is so horrible. MS Copilot of Google AI is used on Android, the FBI. Honestly, it's so interwoven, and the fact they're trying to... I've actually been looking into switching to Linux lately, just because, oh my gosh, sometimes you can really tell that Microsoft is just vibe coded. Real Verso, yes, he did. He wants to be a pianist. Painting was more a hobby than an aspirational career for him. His true passion was in making music, and he wanted to be a pianist. Oh, he carries that love with him, as seen when he plays piano during camp. He carries that love with him, even during the events of the game. No way, me too. Windows 11 has broken everything. Honestly, same. With Linux seems so customizable. It's just going to be a pain to sort everything out. And obviously there are some things that don't work as well with Linux. But I'm really looking into it. The paintings seem to be an expectation. Exactly. Yeah, it's like that kind of... you know, there's a whole thing, like families of doctors want their kids to be doctors. It's the whole... When there's a notable family, they tend to want their kids to kind of stay in the profession. Was expected of him as part of his lineage. Like, do we think that... I know that Aline taught Renoir how to paint, or at least helped him with learning how to paint and get better at it. Did she introduce him to it? I'm not entirely sure. But maybe Aline... Do we know if Alina was born into a family of painters as well? Family business. Pushed onto him by his parents. Wasn't the canvas was originally for, like, he and Claire played in it, didn't they? The canvas was Vazo's. The ground of sorts, yeah. He played in it with his siblings frequently as a child. It's super fun, has a lot of great benefits. I love things see workarounds, alternatives, and sometimes some things are completely unusable. I use certain anti-cheat games. Yes, don't know parents' backstory. No, that bugs me so much. I'm sure that I will inevitably dig far too deep into this. I'm not above emailing devs. I've done it before and I'll do it again. Okay. At least with how talented Aline was, I imagine that her kind of goal with the family was to keep them all painters, given that she also kind of brought Renoir into the sphere. It makes sense that she would want all of the kids to do that as well. It gives me the vibes of she came from a family of painters herself, but we don't know, so I'm not going to put that down. There's Chris Canterfield. Claire created Never on Sad Fun Adventures with No Children. Yes! Verso created the canvas world entirely. Odd himself. Claire created the difference. I really love the idea of them, like, playing as kids. I don't know why, it makes me really emotional. The kids love art, but not necessarily painting. Yes. It doesn't Claire... I can't remember where I found this out or if I made it up. Isn't her whole thing, Claire loves art so much that she's distraught she'll never be able to experience it all in her lifetime? I can't remember if that's true or if I made it up. But we'll get there when we do Claire's train of thought. I had to reverse image search graphics check my answers, and Google gave me graphics for acceptance and commitment therapy for people's autism instead. Oh my gosh, that is awful. Okay. I believe that I ran into that in one of those little shadow people moments. I believe so, yeah. Yes, thank you. I was like, I know I remember it somewhere, but I don't think Claire herself said it. Thank you, guys. This is why this is so fun. Like, I can write this out and what I remember, and then you guys are my fact-checking. You're fact-checking me. What else do we have? Verso. The whole thing was in relation to her mortality. Yes, like how she'll never experience all of the art. She'll never be alive long enough to physically consume everything the world has to offer. And actually, that plays into something. So, with one of the inspirations for Expedition 33 is the Horde de Conchevant, right? And it's a story that is not available in English. And it's one of the big things is that it's incredibly difficult even for native French speakers to understand because of like the wordplay in it and stuff. And not incredibly difficult, more complex than the average book. And when I found that out, I was like, but I want to read it. I want to learn French well enough to be able to understand this book in all of the like everything, every intention the writer pushed into this book. I want to be able to consume it directly from their brain. But I know I'll never be able to. Unless I don't know, dedicate the next 30 years of my life to becoming, fluent in the French language. It's from what we saw in The Man I Claire seemed to prefer sculpting, but she was the eldest. Yes! Oh, the eldest child thing. Oh my gosh, I've got so many points about Claire to add when we get to her, but she's like so far down on this list. I put her down to side characters simply because I think the main party and, Aline and Renoir, I want to have the biggest focus on. But I've got so much. Each of these will essentially be functioning as an entire video essay in and of themselves. So they are going to be chunky. This is going to be a long video. I might have to split it into parts. But I want it to just be a 12-hour video essay so badly. Okay, Verso. Think about the Verso. Okay. So, painted Verso specifically, he has all of the memories of original Verso. And he was painted by Aline. We're just going to call original Verso Flesh Verso. Just because I think it's cursed. Love Claire, barely any screen time, all of the plot relevance. Exactly, and that's one of the wonderful things about this game is like, where is her screen time? Nowhere. But the ties that she has to the entire world, you can feel her reach everywhere. I had similar feelings about certain pieces of English literature that took me only about 20 years to get to full fluency. A meaningful understanding of all its intricacies. That is true, that is true. Oh. But I don't want to speak French. I feel like there are so many other languages I've got on my list. Like German, I'm awful at German. I'm in Germany right now. I can say, es ist sehr sonnig. It is very sunny. Her fight has interesting dialogue. Oh yes. I can't wait to go through all the voice lines. That's part of it actually. Is we go through their voice lines, their outfit design, their character design. Like the fact that Verso has the scar over his eye. That's part of his character, everything. French is rough anyhow. I still struggle. I sound a good chunk. Don't you dare make me speak it, honestly. Honestly, it's so hard. I'm not made for languages. I'm good at writing. Can I speak other languages? Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Okay. But it was painted by Aline. into Verzo's original canvas after he died in the Manor Fire. Which is a big thing. The Manor Fire, we're italicizing and bolding that bad boy because it's very relevant to everything. So I was like tracing back all of the like conflicts and where they stem from. And honestly, Sparks, if they had a good fire extinguisher, we would not be in this situation. Like, get a fire extinguisher. Were fire extinguishers a thing back then? I don't know. I don't know history. What I do know is basic fire safety. December 33rd is the date of it. 2, right? Ooh, yes. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Hanging. My question is, was the Manor Fire started due to the war between painters and writers? That's... Okay, they had fire extinguisher. Good. I always worked with the assumption that it was between the painters and the writers. But it could have not been. Like, they never go into it too much, which I guess is kind of for the same reason. Like, if it was the writers, it's unlikely they'd ever find concrete evidence for that, you know? But the DeSandres have to live with that doubt and that questioning for the rest of their lives, you know? And I guess it's the same thing for us. We will never actually know what started the Manor Fire. How does this stone-laden mansion catch fire? I have so many questions. To the point, it's a stone mansion, but it's so intense and blazing that the only, you know, that it nearly killed 2 people. That it killed Verzo, and it nearly killed Alicia. So it was a very powerful fire. That one was used to limited extents, but the portable pressurized fire extinguisher was made around 1816 and improved and patented in 1872. So they would have had a good fire extinguisher. Access to one at least. Maybe not in their house. I don't know if the DeSandres were up to date on their fire codes. We don't know the real cause of... Oh, no, don't bold and italicize this. Of the Manor Fire. I work on the assumption that it was the writers, because they were mid-war. It would make sense, especially because of the notability of the DeSandre family. But also, it could have just been a freak accident. Is that worse? Is that better? It's never confirmed to be the case. This is just Control B, pulls off mask to reveal MacPad. A game theory. A chemical flame extinguisher existed only in 1904. Am I making up that Expedition 33 is after 1904? Is it like 1950? I don't know. 1920? 1919? 1890? I don't know when Expedition 33 is. I just listed dates and I was like, okay, I have no idea actually when it took place. I'm sure it was stated as Alicia's trusting of the writers that led to the fire. Oh! Alicia's trusting of writers? Question mark? Look into. Oh, no. They have the dates on Verzo's tombstone. They do. Look into. That would be big for Alicia's section, actually. That would be big for Alicia's section. Which led to a lot of survivor's guilt on her behalf. She does seem riddled. She does seem riddled. Okay. So, anyway, Verso. Painted Verso. Let me unshrimp. There are found painters, paint remover, oil mediums, solvents, waxes, turpentine. Exactly. There are so many things. Painters have lots of very, very flammable liquids. Wow, where's my pea gone? There we go. Date of death, December 1905. Okay. So, that does make sense. So they would have had a chemical foam extinguisher. Yes. I always think, when I think of the painted sundries, I always think of them, and I don't know why. It's little dolls that Alina's playing with. Not in like a mean way. I don't think she had malice in it. But a lot of the things do just read like a child playing in her dollhouse. You know what I mean? Painted by the devotion as a circuit family after the death of Flash Verso and the grief that stemmed from it. Maybe quite a bit of malice for Painted Alicia. You know, the one toy you don't like, so you cut her hair and like dissolve her face in nail polish remover, and then you like rip off her arms. I think that's what Aline was doing. Does that imply a differing alternative reality with December 30 days, or do you think it's more so a differing calendar than Santa Gregorian? Oh my gosh, don't give me this to look into. What the fuck is in the calendar in Expedition 33? December 33rd? 30 days have September, April, June, December, the rest of... What happened to 2nd of January? Does my 2 also not work? No, it does. And give her a time stop ability that forces her to live in greater isolation. Exactly. She can just stop time and really beat herself up whenever she wants to. She used Painted Alicia as the one Barbie she really doesn't like, and used to throw into walls. Or something. I mean, there was like the French Revolutionary calendar, but I think that's like until the late 1800s. Maybe they're still like adapting to, I don't know, it feels like the late 1800s. They should be well into our nice standard Gregorian calendar now. Ugh. Okay. It was a thing, hang on. Wait, Barbie from the Barbie movie? I haven't seen the Barbie movie. Is this a failing on my part? I know nothing about French Revolutionary calendars. To be fair, I don't know much about history. I am not a history buff. So a lot of these things. As I had the statues of him at the harbour, either they were built by the citizens or painted in. Yes! Did he? Or did the citizens? Shout out to that one line, my beautiful sister doesn't need that ugly mask. That line lives in my head rent-free. I think I've written it. So before I moved everything over to Ellipsis, I also plan on my iPad just because I'm not always at my PC when I have an idea or when I want to work on something. So I also have Notability on my iPad that lets me, you know, write things down when I want to be cozy. And the number of times I've written down, my beautiful sister doesn't need that ugly mask. My beautiful sister doesn't need that ugly mask. My beautiful sister does not need that ugly mask. Oh my gosh, it looks like the writings of a mad woman. I was in a super French school, that one's on me. True, actually, true. To fair history in UK school is kind of lacking. They're like, we love the British Empire. Wasn't it so fun? Aside from the slavery and the colonization. But in honor of Expedition Zero as a whole, he just had the most statuesque face. He does have a very statuesque face. Okay. I'm pondering. Verso feels like such a good character. There's so much there to just like pull out of him that I don't even know where to start. How's aeronautical Mimir doing on the iPad? Oh yes, he's still checking over things. I love it. I love it. My favorite thing is whenever I go to the airport and I like open up my iPad to do something and I just have to look at Mimir on a plane. It's beautiful. I'm getting a new tablet soon, and I'm gonna move that wallpaper over. It's gonna be my wallpaper on my new tablet when I get rid of my old one. I'm a Samsung girly. I'm getting a Samsung tablet soon, which I'm quite excited about. I used to be a die-hard Apple fan, but over time I've just gotten annoyed of the constraints of Apple. I like having my freedom to use my weird programs. I literally just looked into the stupid calendar, but then the months don't work out because they use different names, and Simpsons is February and oh, do your homework, Dev. You've got tasks on the board up there that you need to do. But I appreciate your research into the calendar. We can do it together later. We're still on our train of thought. I moved to Apple. I hate it so much. It is such a regret. I do not play about Verso to such a real. But Verso can wait. I was on Apple for so long. Like, since I really started getting like good phones when I was a teenager, I was always on Apple. And then in university, I got a PC. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't work with the way my MacBook works with Apple. Whatever. And then, probably about 4 years ago now. No, but 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. I got my Samsung phone. And I adore it so much. Oh my gosh, I've not regretted, even for a second, moving over to it. And I love the way it works with my PC and that link and stuff. But I'm still fighting to get out of the Apple ecosystem because it ropes you in so aggressively. And you don't even realize how many Apple things you have until you try and leave. Since Verso is from Expedition Series Shop with Simon, but Simon was given painted powers from Clea. Why did Verso not want other Expedition powers? Exactly! Verso. You travel Expedition Zero. That is actually a good place to start. Expedition Zero is where a lot of his major trauma comes from. When he travelled with Expedition Zero, he was like, woo! And then Julie and the other expeditioners found out about him being painted. Being immortal. Or something like that. And they tortured him. And he was like, wee. Verso was... It's implied he was in love with Julie, right? In love with Julie? Or, like, had a big boy crush on her? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? I switched from Android to Apple. I just really appreciate the ecosystem for its user-friendly nature, unfortunately. I'm thankfully not like roped into the whole thing with all their devices. Easy, mindless day-to-day tasks. Exactly. Apple is a lot more friendly for UI and stuff. And I think I could have been very, very happy with Apple if I didn't start getting big into PC stuff. You know, I love my PC. I love messing around with my PC. I'm a bit big on customization. My entire phone is Persona themed. I went crazy with that. My phone wallpaper has like coding that I had to do in it. I mean, I just stole the coding from someone else, but the fact is, I had to type it in. And when I say stole, I mean I spent £5 for it. And they gave it to me. Don't worry, I heart jailbreaking and homebrewing. It's just so fun. Oh, is our timer done? Perfect. Okay. Sparks who were working as much as I'd like to. But we were talking about everything. You know, we were working through our feelings on Verso and the whole family. I felt like we've got a lot out. We've done about 200 words? 300, maybe? I said that Simon disappeared, so I was like, when Claire found him and held him up. Yes. I don't use my phone as much when home, but I'd rather use my ragged work PC over my Apple phone. Honestly, like, there's a lot less restrictions with them. Old PCs, my beloved, yes, they're so good. They're so good. Okay. Let me set up the Pomodoro timer, actually. It was in my overlays. Commands. Where is it again? I can't remember how to do a break on my timer. It's fine. We'll raw dog the break. We'll just work it out. I've only regular people on my game is dying, needed to build HP. That's fine, we're making progress. It's only our first 20 minutes into work, so honestly, I think we're all making pretty good progress. There's so many strats to beat these 2 stages, but I hate most of them. Oh gosh. Oh, the meta is a cruel mistress. I think when we go off on our next break, I think we are going to maybe do... Oh wait, maybe it's Pomo ad. Hang on. 3, maybe? Oh wait, no. Hang on. I don't know if that works. What does that even do? It's a command on the command sheet I've got, but I don't know what it does. Yeah, it's fine. I'm a play. I'm just playing with my commands now, I'm sorry. Oh no, it did work. Oh, it did work. Oh my gosh, it did add my pomos. Oh my gosh, okay, I guess we're working now. We're working. Guys, get off break, we're working. Okay. So, he was in love with Julie. He got beaten the fuck up. I find the initial dialogue from Verso Simon to be that he knew what happened to Simon, but never attempted to mention it to others. But yes, does Verso know what happened to Simon? When Claire found him? Dialogue. And what's string says? Research. We'll research this. We'll add this to our research list. Please don't sit in front of control panel. What's this do? I just like pressing buttons. I just lay down to play the tiniest bit of my cute new farm game. Is that why I heard you go, no? I heard Dove through my headphones, like lamenting. I'm sorry, Dove, we're working. You helped me with the Gregorian calendar thing, so... Dove is wailing so hard they're coughing up a lung. We love you, Dove. Okay. So, Verso to Sandre. After this, he travels with a few expeditions. So... I know he falls out. He falls out with his dad. He falls out with Renoir. But I can't remember the placement for when. But it's fine because it's just our train of thought in getting this out. Simon killed the whole axe and that's genuinely dark about what did that. Oh, yeah. Oh. This is why it's a problem when we have a man who lies so much. Because what is actually true and what isn't. This is why a man who lies so much is a problem. What is he telling you about? Research timeline. But where's it? Oh, yes, perfect. You check it off by doing, I believe, exclamation mark complete. And then the task that you put in. So you put make more beef. So I believe it's just complete. And then the task that you want to sign off is completed. I mean, I think it makes sense that Verso falls out with Renoir and then travels with them. But I'm not 100% sure. Yes, Verso falls out with his dad, with Renoir. G2 there. Thank you. Dev got me another drink. Or it might be. I think that's it. Did it work? Did it mark as complete? It did mark as complete. Perfect. Okay. Cool. I was overthinking that. Painted Renoir. Due to their differing opinions on how to handle the canvas world. He travels with other expeditions to aid them in their quest. But they all die. Woo. Renoir is very... not Renoir. Verso. Oh my gosh! Moth, hello! Maybe I had some stuff to take care of. That's so okay. Thank you for resubbing. Hello. I hope you're doing well. We're doing a work along stream today. And I'd say it's going quite well actually. We're doing quite a lot. If you have any work you'd like to do or you want to add anything, the commands are in the bottom left corner. So instead of task, just replace it with whatever you want to do. It doesn't need to be work in the boring sense of the word. If you just want to do some drawing or hang out or make a nice drink, that counts too. Love the new outfit. Thank you. I finally updated my models, so I worked out how to add new outfits to it and it's really fun. It was a lot of work to set up, especially some other outfits have like water textures and stuff. But you'll see those in their true glory next week for our slumber party. So I hope people can make it. We'll be just reading and hanging out and yapping, being all comfy. Iced tea. I've got sparkling lemon iced tea from Dove. But they all die. Woo! When? Oh, Verso knows that Flesh Alicia has gone into the canvas and been painted over. He knows who she is as well, Mayel, and checks in on her from far during her life, prior to her commencing the expedition. He rescues her on the beach. Oh yes, the Judy journal does sound like it was before they're falling out. Travelled with some before falling out? We'll research the whole timeline. And we'll make a whole graph for it. Once we've done our train of thought. Who contributed to it? She didn't fall out. Like, at least she didn't, like, stand there and was like, fuck you, Renoir, but you know what I mean. Well, because Renoir was Renoir part of that expedition, or was that another hashtag Verso lie? I can't remember. Expedition 0. Put on the beach at the beginning of the game. Rule 1, Verso lies. Yes. You know what? I'm going to put that right underneath Verso's name. Rule 1 of analysing Verso. He lies a lot. Rule 2, I could not care less. We're adding this. I could not care less. Hi. Verso tried to explain to Mayel why he shouldn't exist and prevent verifying pain, but Mayel couldn't accept or understand why. Yes. Oh yeah, I did good. Yesterday I hung out with my GF and collected lots of Yuri merch. Oh, that's so good. That's so much fun. He's asked by Flesh Claire to look after Alicia one of the 2 to 3 times he met her. Yes, he was. Claire asks him to look after her in one of their few meetings. She does. It is the hard part. So annoying. I love characters who are complicated. But analysing complicated characters when you know that he's an unreliable narrator, it does make things a little bit difficult sometimes. He rescues her on the beach at the beginning. He leaves the note for the other expeditioners, telling her at the indigo tree. Indigo tree to expedition 33. And but one thing, this like protectiveness of his, it didn't extend to everyone Mayel was traveling with. Obviously, it was in like a bubble, just her. He just needed to protect her. He could have intervened to save Gustave, but he didn't. And I think that's key. I wouldn't even put it down as protectiveness, but he does want to protect her. Whether that's just because of Claire asking him to, or because of him having Flesh Verso's memories and so having this fondness of her. Yes, that ultra protectable vibe I got. Exactly. Because he's similarly quite protective of Painted Alicia. I think that from Act 3 onwards he was open and honest. I think so. It's just things that get mentioned kind of before he becomes an open book that are a bit harder to pin down, that don't get brought up then later in Act 3. You're like, what's this? How much truth is in this verso? This protectiveness did not censor that expression. It's solely reserved for my art. He could have intervened sooner to save the star, and says so himself. However, he does not. Is this protectiveness simply him fulfilling the task Claire gave him? Or flesh versus memories playing a part in how he cares for her? Just realised why I'm failing. I hope. Oh. Add live. I would hope so. I hope you don't die in any of my streams. Complete live. Wait, that implies that you are dead. No, live has no completion. The task to complete is ongoing and cannot be completed. Or is him preparing for Mael unimpacted by both Flesh, Verso, and Claire, and it's just an extension of how much he cares for Alicia? But I wouldn't think so. In how that he refers to himself. 3 more subtasks left. You can do this. Because I don't think that it was just because of how much he cares for Alicia that he cares for Mael. Because when he refers to him and Flesh Verso, he refers to them almost as separate entities. Even though he has Flesh Verso's memories, he knows that he is not Flesh Verso. He mentions this to both Minoko and Eskie when he asks if they wish that he was more, if they miss the real Verso. I'm really such for the cold hand on my shoulder. No! Dissociative king, I fear. Honestly. He's a dissociative king. Oh, it's like the haggy old fingers that I felt during Project Songbird. Except it's the cold touch of death on your shoulder. Imposter syndrome? Sort of, except he is kind of, and this sounds really cruel, he is an imposter, right? He is not Verso. He is a grieving mother's perception of her son. He did inherit a lot of feelings, I do believe. He inherited a lot of feelings, but he knows that he's not Verso. And so if he approaches Mael with that same logic, then he knows that she's not his Alicia. Like, he knows that she's not his sister. He's Verso's sister. And obviously, the fact that Verso, the real Verso, was close with Minoko and Eskie is a very much a contributing factor in why he's close with Minoko and Eskie. But I doubt it's the latter, because he is very adept and often too hasty at drawing a line between himself and Flesh Verso. If it was just an extension of his love for Alicia, the line between himself and his real counterpart would be a star. So I do believe I think that it's the memories of that he inherited from Verzo that are impacting this, but it's good to explore like every single possibility and then write why they're not true. And to have Pinterest, it's like losing a child and going to their room holding their toys, thinking now what could happen, wouldn't. Exactly. And I think that is part of the reason why she painted her family, is because she wanted to see them not even grow old, because they can't grow old. She wanted them to live forever in this stasis. This, like, the perfect family she thought she had before Verzo died. Yes, he was definitely crushed by the expectation of those who viewed him as Verzo. And I do think it's a major factor of why he's so quick to draw that line between him and Verzo. But you can see, I do think it is an effect of the extension of his memories, because when it comes to his mother as well, when it comes to real, Aline, he is very protective of her in a similar way. So I think that does absolutely contribute to it. Ooh. Okay. I believe it's because of the memories he inherited from Flash Verzo, given to him by Eileen. And if it was just him following the orders Clea gave him, he has no real obligation to do so, and he wouldn't put himself... It sounds cruel, but he wouldn't put himself in, such uncomfortable situations so frequently if it was just Clea's request. If it was nothing more than to fulfill Clea's request. It would imply a far stronger attachment to her. No, it was... If it was nothing more than to fulfill Claire's request, the resolve would have fractured pretty soon. After the first 57 near-death experiences. Also, where the people he was closest to were the ones who still liked him, but didn't see him as Flash Verso, Eskie and Monoko. Exactly. Exactly. The fact that Eskie views them as cousins, I think is very, very cute. He was deeply impacted by the role he had to fill. The real Verso was dead, and he was the only substitute. Eskie and Monoko are his dearest friends. Likely in part due to the fact they willingly acknowledge the distinction between him and Flash Verzo. They even mention missing Flash Verzo, which is implying that they have felt grief for Flash. They've grieved Verzo. They've gone through this whole grieving cycle, and they don't view Verzo as a replacement, as a way to stick a band-aid over that grief, the way that Aline does. They have grieved Flash Verzo, and do not view Verzo as a band-aid to stick over their grief. Okay. I imagine it would actually be quite liberating to know that people have grieved the man you were based on, and so are ready to start a relationship with you, like in earnest, in what you are, not what you should be. Okay. There's also the part of his immortality, which I believe is also a massive part of him. Gosh, why are there so many facets to this man? Oh, they did not make my job easy. And this isn't even our research section, just whatever we can think of. Okay. Verso enters the stone with his immortality. Is a key part of his character. He was made immortal by Alien, but has nothing but poor experiences with it. He does not love the gift. I know when he first... This is fresh in my mind because Star wrote that last week, I think. When he first meets him, and obviously he's in his lying era, but he says immortality gets old when you lose people, and he kind of echoes that very often throughout the game. So I take it as, I mean, you know, the best liars include truth in their lies to make them easier to sustain. And so I imagine there is truth in quite a few of the lies he tells. The expedition involves him saying that he does not love his immortality. He is sick of burying his plans. Also, why does Verso have the same moveset from Gustav to see Gustav? It's like on Gustav's supplement. This is what I have always been wondering. I could make so many completely unfounded extrapolations for why Gustav, who fills the same boots to Mael as Verso does for Alicia, has the same moveset and preferred weapon as Verso. I think there's a lot of very good parallels that we can draw there, but I'm wary of including them because it's just an interpretation. I mean, I guess I can just disclaim it with this as I do have an entire segment in my plan actually for my personal interpretations, aka self-serving waffle. I'm gonna add it here. Mostly unfounded, but I like it. There we go. Because from one thing, you could be like, oh, game design perspective, they don't have to, you know, render a whole new set of weapons. They have to do this and that and this and that. But the parallels, guys, the parallels. Okay. Yes, I could bang friends. We can reference the hit Ben Star performance of all time. I don't want this life. I don't want this life. How long have we got left? 4 minutes on the timer. Well, 5. Nice, we can do this. Oh, guys, Dove just opened the window and it's right next to me, and like the cool air coming in is lovely. The Germans and their Luften. Beautiful. I've converted my entire family to opening like all of the windows for 5 minutes. Every few hours in the house now. In the UK. My time in Germany has changed me for the better. I just came back from the bathroom, but the narrative parallel to Mael, she doesn't want that life either. Exactly. Open windows. Yes, it's a good task. Not if I throw up on the carpet. Yes. I mean, this ties in with Alicia / Mael and not wanting quote-unquote real life that she has outside of the canvas. I mean, the endings pretty much then just fall into whose wish do you grant? I mean, obviously stripped of all meaning, philosophy, psychology, intention. A lot of parallels, but a lot of differences, like gun. True. Also, do you think that was definitely supposed to be a narrative through time of us going from playing as one of Miles' guardians to another? Exactly. Like, the fact that we fill the role of almost like a caretaker quite often. I mean, if you're mentally ill enough, you can reverse as stand-in for the struggle of dissociative disorders. And Elise is stand-in for disabilities, chronic illness. Like, yes, she's disabled, but you know where I'm going here. Yes! In my fucking vent bio account bio, I'm sick! Oh my gosh, it's actually... Wait. I need to check this. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Let me check this. Hang on. I'm opening up the account. Oh, yes. The hit line. What life? My life of loneliness and a shell of a body with no voice and no future. It's a good line. To be fair, it's a beautiful line. There's no one who lies. He lies. A lot. He says he won't lie anymore. And then, look, he's lying again. He's an addict. No, but blah. Blah, the safety that comes from children. Incredibly vulnerable. Truth with a lie that you have fabricated and control the narrative of. He tells people what he wants them to know. I believe not out of malice, but admittedly childish need for control of the narrative of his life, when he notoriously has had very little control. He was painted, film, a role, and every lie he tells can be read as him redefining his own story when he previously had no agency to do. To be fair, if you think about it, the idea of he who guards truth with lies, God is in protective control. Yes, exact. Oh my god, hi, you're a genius. Ah! He guards truth with lies. Guards, as in protect or control. Yes. I just did the accents. Yes, they're so good and I love them. I love them so much. I'm gonna do such a massive breakdown on them when we get to like the research part. But oh, embolding this. I was going through the stuff I got yesterday to see if I wanted to give any freebies to friends, and I realised just how much more Yuri than Yaoi I bought. Holy. Yuri on top. Yuri on top. We love Yuri. Guys, I'm not looking for validation. Okay, I need to preface this. I want your honest opinions here. Do you like the stream layout of us working together? The tasks, you know, the timers, etc., etc. Because I'm enjoying myself. But obviously I like to tell if you're enjoying yourself and you're enjoying the analysis that we're doing together, and I think it's a fun way to include like my other content outside of streams to my in-stream content. It's just a bit cozy, it gives us space to chill out, because, you know, sometimes you just want to hang out. And I like this a lot. I do want my streams to feel like hanging out. I feel like we're at a study session right now. Flashbacks to my college days. Yes. Good. But yes, let me know. And as always, I love any suggestions you have. Loving it? Good. I know I always need accountability, and I do quite often put on like co-working streams and stuff. Monsieur, hee. Have you done your task? Good job, Dove. Oh, good job. I'm so proud of you. Good job. I even sent it in. That is so good. That has been plaguing you for so long. And now you can do the fun things on your list. There's a few others. I can't remember what else you have on your list, actually. Let me check. I'm going to check the progress of the list because I realised I missed our break that I had planned. Okay, we've got... Miner's got both of his tasks that he's working on. Then we have a shopping list, meal plan, make rice, make me a little sweet treat. Oh, this is beautiful. I do like this. This is good. Guys, we have 40% of our total tasks for the stream done. That's so good. Good job, guys. Only 27 more assignments, so I'm done forever. Under 30 is so good, though. I mean, what? You can do like one a stream. I can do 30 co-working streams. The countdown to Dove's graduation. I would make my list about how you have to eat food before I do anything. That you can add that to your list. Eat food. You can add it, and we can work on it all together. Oh yes, Melwest making the rice. Look at that, 50%. Good job, Melwest. You're productive today. Oh, guys, you put me to shame. To be fair, my list will take a while. It would take a while. It's quite long. I will continue. Because I put research verso as if that's not do an entire video essay. And then do 2 more video essays. I feel like I maybe overestimated how much I could do. It's fine. It's fine. Even if we don't complete them today, we have still made good progress. It's okay, all my assignments are minimum 6 pages. Well, the fact you have completed it then is even better. Okay. Let me do a good stretch. Oh, and then I'll look back in again. Oh, that one was 9. Good job. Oh yes, anyone who needs to, take meds. I had a strong urge yesterday and today to make food. Don't know why, but it's so satisfying. Oh, I get it. Sometimes you're like, I need to cook. I need to cook something really good right now. And then you've got the product of what you've made and you can eat it, and that's the best part. Thank you, Miner, for being our med reminder. I annoyingly have to take mine way later now, but I'll act as the med reminder for our slumber party streams. Because I have to take mine because they're sedatives. So I can't take them too early, otherwise I'll just fall asleep at the desk. Okay. Right, we're back. Ugh. So, axons. Big research. Big research, by the way. Okay, so I'll post the bead category in Discord. Just stick with the aromatics. Oh my gosh, wait, hang on. Post the picture I want to see. I guess if anyone else would like to post sneak peeks of what they've made or what they've done during today's stream, I would always love to see. Always. Oh Oh, Viv, I only just saw the final design of the tattoo. It is beautiful. Okay. So. Then add a pet cat. That is a very important task. That has to be completed in today's stream. There is very few tasks that I would say must be completed. But pet cat is one of them. I can send mostly eat some food. Yes! Show us. We want to see you. Posted? Amazing. Let's have a look. Oh, yum. That looks absolutely divine. Yes, I would like that. I want that. Complete shopping list. Good job. Complete pet cat. Oh, yes. Yes. I need to pet a cat. I need to eat that food. Oh. I wanted to know if I could complete other people's tasks. I don't think it doesn't let you. The ultimate test. Yes, I always need people to stress test my widgets because I never set them up right. Okay. Then we're gonna do ending. Oh wait, actually I just need to remember. One thing I want to say is that Verso never lies in talking to Ren while each meeting is followed by him covering up what he said or refusing to talk about it. Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Hiding. Verso never lies. Talking to Ren after every meeting. He covers up what he said or refuses to talk about it. Making beef catechism is released to make I can put up the ingredients list but don't want to clog up chat with a long message. Oh my gosh, can you put it in a food channel? Because that is something I would love to make at some point. I love that kind of stuff. Or refuses to talk about it. Okay. Oh gosh, okay. Hang on. I'm gonna do the ending, but we're not gonna go too in depth in this because it's this whole subsection on its own. Mister, do you have dinner requests for this week? Oh, Borak. Can I have Borak? Can I have Borak again? Dub makes such good Borak, it's not even funny. Again. I know we only had it last week, but I love it so much. Maybe nachos. And nachos would be nice. I need to stop thinking of things with beef mince. On the list already? Beautiful. I don't think we have much. An unholy amount of bread. I mean, when in Germany, right? Eat as the Germans do. Eat so much bread you throw up. Honestly, I can't think of much else. My brain. Hang on, do you want to see so far? Yes, I do, guys. Do you want to hear my meal plan? What I'm going to be having for dinner this week? Oh, okay. Hot dogs, wraps, nachos, burgers, chicken burgers, garlic bread, garlic pasta, garlic bites. Brinner. We got Brenna on the list. Oh, I'm a breakfast girly. I love Brenna and black. Yes, that is beautiful. Unholy levels of red. Gosh, your phone is so small.
It's mini.
Abrupt. If you will. Bread. And butter. Exotic butters.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're gonna make a baguette? Yes. Yeah. Yes. It sounds good. I know, right? Dove is a phenomenal cook. I swear, it's lethal. It's actually dangerous. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, living with someone who can cook is so good. And then every meal you're like, oh my gosh, I need 17 servings of this right now in my mouth. Exotic butters so back years to my gacha era. Exotic butters is FNAF mob. It's FNAF. Did gacha reclaim it? I never got into gacha. Complete shopping list. Good job. My gosh, Dove, you're killing it. I can go farm now. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay. Ending. Loki, he wants to die. But like high key. In his ending, the painting is erased entirely. This leads to what at least looks like the DeSange family processing their grief in a moderately healthy way for once. Though it does leave Alicia mourning all of her friends and her life in Lumia. You don't understand how much the gacha FNAF fandom reference it in every video. Oh my gosh. Every single video is insane. Every video. I think it's so many FNAF theory. Honestly, wake up, FNAF theory. Go to sleep, FNAF theory. On in the background, FNAF theory. I've not even played FNAF. I'm such a baby. Oh, guys, you'll be pleased to know my new watch can connect to my PC very easily. So whenever I play horror games, you can get live seer heart rate tracking. You absorb it through me. Anyhow, marzipan croissants sound good. Oh my god, it sounds so good. Oh my god. Oh, marzipan croissant, my beloved. I mean, we're writing about the French. I need to eat like the French. And thank you, Dev. Okay. In Mayal's ending, Vaso remains alive. In canvas. Grows old. A gift he was never given. The canvas was brought by Alina Manuel. But it's gonna look like Hummingbird's heart. Honestly, it doesn't help. Do I show this? Oh, I mean, you'll see when I get my heart rate monitor. I'm like, because of my chronic illness, I'm mildly tachycardic. So my heart rate just resting is above like normal people's resting heart rate. So you will just see me go up to like 160 when I'm scared. Very easily, I'm sure. I mean, when I'm like resting, I'm normally on like 94, 95. Is this safe to say I hate texture marzipan? I feel like I feel like I understand people who don't like marzipan. I used to think I didn't like it, actually, and then I realized it's like the primary taste in like a Battenberg cake, and I love Battenberg, so I actually do quite like marzipan. I don't think it was just tired of being the subject. Yes, exactly. This was very much a lucky he was today. Like, this is very much me just trying to get it out of my brain. Best person in Discord. Thank you, Moest. I'll add JK here. JK. He is tired and world-weary, and the cause of so much dishonor family fighting. Anyone would want something else. I think it's also important to note that during that big emotional monologue, right, where he's talking about, you know, when Mael wins the fight, if you choose Mael's route, he doesn't say something like, I don't want to live, or I want to die. He doesn't say that. He says, I don't want this life. Like, this life, I feel like it's the key. It's the key, guys. He says, I don't want this life. He wants things to be different. He doesn't want things to be over. At least that's how I read it. When he's lost to Maya, he doesn't say, I want to die. Or I don't want to live, or something equally as fatalistic. He says, I don't want this. Oh gosh. This life. This. Maybe he's exhausted of the circumstances of his creation, be inviting the trauma, death, and the gamage, and the being born used. Why do my keyboard app before? Your keyboard's trying to stop you from completing your task. It wants you to eat more food. Gosh, I'm making so many typos, guys. It's fine. Music. Music. Concert. Everything stated. Wished for. You look so good. Like, who knows the real world consequences of him living happily and what it is outside. Okay. So that's the verso train of thought. Unless anyone else has anything to add. If you have tried to make beef Ketagawan, it's a great side for your main dish. Let me know if you guys make it, let's try it. Oh yes, absolutely. I don't think Dove's ever had anything like similar to that, because I tend to cook that kind of stuff on my own. But if Delph wants to try it, I will be responsible for making it. And if not, then I'll make it on my own and I'll give you a review. And Act 3, he also seems to be looking forward to things again, looking forward to the people who could be brought back. Isn't until he sees Alicia lying and Aline hurting herself return to campus so soon that I think he changed his mind. Exactly. Oh yes, I'm just copying and pasting that. Hang on. Sorry for full usernaming you. I need it. There we go. It's a dish from Grandpa's already known. My travel showed me this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've never had it, but... Oh, it looks so yummy. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. No one can stop me. Because remember the scene where he sees early in the ending, and he is distraught. I imagine that really strengthens his resolve to, you know, stop this kind of what he views as this cycle where him being alive and this canvas being alive is perpetuating the grief that his family need to feel to heal, but they're not letting themselves feel it and move on from the circumstances of the fire because the canvas has always been a way to escape. My time is evil. I love my better regardless. Of course, otherwise, Dove, I will give you a very in-depth review of everything. My tummy is made of steel because I microdose on lactose whilst being lactose intolerant. So, we'll do this as Verzo from memory. Okay. Oh wait, that's so nice. I haven't been using ellipsis for long, and if you put dash like 3 times, it extends to a full page divider. Yes, exactly. It was your family's cycle of grief. The cycles. Ugh. Okay. So. Then we can start doing some juicy research. Or we can skip over to the other things we've got on our to-do list, which were the ending autopsy, which I get quite passionate about. Or the La Horde de Conchevon, which is the story that inspired Expedition 33. Quite a lot. Or we can deep dive into what the fuck is the calendar in Expedition 33? December 33rd? What happened to 2nd of January? We can look into a few different things now. I think I kind of want to see what this calendar is about. I kind of want to... Okay, I'm gonna just do some cursory research whilst it's on the mind, and then move back onto researching Verzo a bit more. This is my task that I constantly get distracted from doing. This is what happens when I try and write an actual video essay on my own, by the way. I will just be in the middle of doing something and I'll be gone. December 33rd. We're just Googling December 33rd. Okay, we found a Reddit immediately in relation to Expedition 33. It's a lot of theories. It doesn't look like it's inspired by any specific calendar. People are kind of saying it's more of a philosophical or symbolic point than a literal story beat. A major theme in the game is exploring the realness of art. The game asked me to care deeply about something that was later revealed to be artificial, but I still cared. So in Verzo's ending, When a player chooses a real world over the canvas, I see the data's little wink which says, hey look, you cared about an artificial world. So less, both worlds are fake and more art is real, even if it's fantasy. Oh my gosh. I think this was simply a throwaway joke and people are going crazy with their theories. It feels important. There is the possibility of it being the French Revolutionary calendar, but they just called it December for, you know, consistency's sake. The real world of the Sunshine was in 1900s in France in a painted fictional world in a video game. To us, the player, no world is more real than the other. This is James' two endings. I just failed on the last step. No, that's so mean. Basically, no one knows, and it's just theory and speculation, so there's no real nice answer I can get right now. Which is fine. That's fine. We can... We'll just... Theory. Probably a fun little Easter egg that is less meddling with the story than changing Burzo's age of death to 33, which could mess with her soybeans. Okay. So, we've sorted that answer out. I kind of want to add that to the to-do list just so I can tick it off, but that's cheating. I can't be doing that. Okay. You know what, actually, we are almost done on the last timer, and I need to run to the bathroom. So, I am going to pause the timer because we'll be on our break anyway when I get back. And then, when I'm back, we will have a little chat and then continue back on with our work. Okay. I am going to be right back. Please don't start a riot whilst I'm gone. Okay. I'll see you soon. Hello, Sparks. Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm on the talking screen. Hang on. Let me go. Hello, Sparks. I hope you're all doing well. I have returned from my adventure to the bathroom. We have like 10 seconds left on our timer for this current go through of the Pomodoro thing. We're making good progress. We last stopped off finishing versus train of thought character analysis. Oh my gosh, Teo! Hello, Teo. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Aside from my main dish, of course, Mare West. Oh my gosh. I walked past the kitchen on the way back to the bedroom to stream, and the croissant stuff is making smells so wonderful. Oh my gosh, literally so wonderful. I was losing my mind. I'm gonna go crazy when they're done. When they're done, you guys will not hear the end of it because that's not heaven. We have, what's our progress looking like? On tasks, 72% complete. That's good. Ignore me on 0%, okay? I will. So we've got 3 tasks left to do is chat, and then I've got 3 that I'm working on. I kind of want to class it as train of thought research because I overestimated how quickly I could do this. Well, not how quickly, how intensive every section is going to be. That's on me, to be fair. That is on me. I cannot think. I'll go for sick now. Oh my gosh, from Jimmy Neutron Castle. Listen. Replace your memory of croissants with the lovely croissants I'm about to get from Dove, okay? Let me complete my task so that I can feel whole. There we go. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I feel complete now. 33%. 33. Like Expedition 33. Mega Mind Face. And let us see them. I will when I get them. When I get them, I'll take a picture and I will send it in Discord for everyone to see. But until then, you're just gonna have to deal with me raving about how nice they smell. We've got probably about another 20 minutes before we should start our bedtime story. So, you know what? I'm gonna waste no time at all. Send not Mare West croissants. I'll send you croissants, Mare West. When you send me beef Killigan, I'll send you croissants. We'll be even. 3. It should be 5 mighty tasks and anatomy study and rendering study of my Twitch tweaking out. Is Twitch tweaking out? Hang on. Oh, it's 4. It's 4. Now we've got Mare West's croissant task. Maybe it didn't add right? You have to do exclamation mark add and task, comma, next task. Or you can send them as 2 separate tasks if Twitch is tweaking out. I remember I saw you send the message about them, but I don't think they added for some reason, which is very annoying. Why would it do such a thing? It's been working so well. There we go. We'll play the timer, which only has like 10 seconds left anyway, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. It is fine. So this will be our last run through of the timer, most likely. I'll just reset timer because otherwise I just realized we'd have to go through the break timer as well. Oh, mobile stuff might have something to do with it. Dove did it on mobile as well. So maybe try again. Maybe try again. We'll see if it works. Oh no, we don't have to do timer reset. It works. Okay. I'm gonna go back to this. So we want to do either the endings, the start endings, or the whole de contraband. So I think we'll do. Oh my gosh, croissants! Croissants in my area. Thank you, darling.
Of course.
Oh my gosh, guys, these look beautiful. Hang on, let me send a picture to Discord. And then I'll start researching the hot control. I'm putting them in Discord. Hang on. Let me grab my phone. Croissant! Yes, we've got croissant! Discord. Food. Take a picture. I'm taking this on my iPad because it's the only thing near me. Okay, don't judge me. I don't want to get up to get my phone. There we go. Oh yes, it looks beautiful. They smell delightful. Yes, complete mixer of sweet little treats. Aren't they amazing, Spark? Oh my god. I'm gonna wait for them to cool down a little bit, and then I'm gonna nom. Okay, so Control B. La. One. Two. Entree. I don't speak French. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right at all. Stuffed full of marzipan. I had 200 grams of marzipan, only enough dough for 6 croissants, so I may have went hard. It smells delightful, so I'm not complaining at all. Okay. Cited as inspiration for the story of Expedition 33. Now, I know a little bit about this novel, okay? So it was written in French originally and has since been translated into German and Italian. There's an English version, and you can sample a few pages. But you can only request access. You can only get access to the full English version if you're an editor. So I feel like, okay, guys, I know some people, and I think I might know someone who can request editor access. If they're not like, you know, if they're just handing out willy-nilly to editors. But obviously, if it then comes with the expectation that you then need to fully edit this book, I can't get that sorted. But I know some people, and I might see if any of them can bag me one. But then, obviously, it might come with, like, like, non-disclosure, and then there's no point in me obviously, I want to read it. But, I won't be able to include it in my video essay, like, at all. If there's a whole, like, disclosure limitation. So, I'll look into it. I'm gonna look into it, but I'm gonna make no promises, okay? None at all. But, essentially, this story covers expeditions that happen every few years, a few decades, I believe. And in these expeditions, they're raised from childhood. So they're all on the expedition. It's, I believe, each expedition consists of 23 children. Consists of 23 children, all of which are POV characters, so the story gets told from their point of view at some point, with their respective chapters marked, I suppose, by a symbol, as opposed to a name. Gosh, I can't spell. These 23 children, they have like very specific roles as like navigator, medic, leader, you know. There's a lot. They have hyper-specific roles. And they're like the best of the best because of how long they've been in training. Anyway, their expedition is the world is like plagued by this thing, which is called the counterwind. I believe that's what it's translates to, the counterwind. And the counterwind is so intense that civilization has to be placed behind, like, walls. These expeditions... I believe this might be the 34th expedition, like, that the story covers. I might be wrong, but I remember it was very close to 33. Have to find the source of the counterwind and stop it, essentially. This involves pushing against an increasingly aggressive wind and winning against a force of nature. Okay, I'm gonna take a bite of my croissant. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. This is blissful. I need another bite immediately. And this is so good. This is marzipan-y goodness. With almond and sugar on top. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I'm awful. Anyway, the expedition is told from back to front. Not in that it starts at the end, but the pages on the book are titled from, like, what would normally be the last page. Like, I believe it's like 714 pages. So the pages start at the end and end at the beginning. And the reasoning for this, let the food vibes flow, honestly. Takes both food, realizes it's hungry. This is what was happening. I was like, oh, this will be nice. I'll wait for it to cool down a bit, you know. I'm in no rush, I'm working. No, I am in a rush. I need this in my face yesterday. Is that you are reaching page 1, the origin of the story, in the same way that the protagonists are reaching the origin of the wind. Anyway, spoilers for the Horticulture 1 if you intend to read it at some point, if you're fluent in French, German, or Italian. The wind is essentially, I don't know how to even phrase this. It's like endless. It's like a figure eight. It's like a loop. In the beginning of the end is also the beginning of the wind is also the end of the wind is the beginning of the wind, and it's a fundamental refusal to accept the reality of their life. So the wind is unstoppable, basically. The world is a closed loop. And so the book is kind of representative of fighting a battle that isn't impossible to win, but that the world is formed on. A fundamental inability to accept the way the world is and the laws that govern it. In the same way that the expeditions of Clair Obscure signify a similar refusal to accept the world they live in. You write these perverted? It's my first time making them. I need 30 more. Right, it's so good. Go and wrestle them out of your parents' mouths right now. Guys, I'm sorry. I know we're in a very closing moment right now, but I just need you to know that these are slutty croissants. They're really good. They're beautiful. And the tragedy that governs the world. The wind could be parallel to Gamage, in a sense. Or maybe the fundamental inescapability of it. On like an individual level. The people of Lumia can't change their world because they are not painters. The Descendres cannot change their own lives in any meaningful way. If in this like analogy, if Verso's absence is causing the same level of pain as this inescapable wind, then there is no beginning or end to Verso's absence. It's continuous and it will always be there. And they will always feel the wind. But they can build a life accepting that the wind / this absence is there. Oh my god, guys, I'm like, hang on. The wind can be compared to Flash Verso's absence. The Sandra family and the expeditioners. They can never bring an end to the wind, as the wind is intangible. They have to live life acknowledging the wind and accepting it will always be there, but it won't destroy them. The same way it does when they're fighting it with every self. Complete escape from the cat lying on top of me. Give the cat a kiss. Quote, these are slutty croissants. Could have been beef calagoon. Oh my god. There's so many amazing foods in this world and I want to eat all of them. These are beautiful. It's much very seems that can't move on from death. Some want to keep their memories as a permanent substitute. Exactly, like, they don't want to recover from the pain of Urso's death. They want to not feel it at all. Bitwall music begins. Hello, Jack. Welcome back. How are you doing? I fear it was a threat, Teo. I fear it was. The chat clogs. So I don't want to cover Urso's death. They want it to have never happened. Which is impossible. And is a wish that is actively making their life worse. Guys, do you know how hard it is to analyze a book that you can't read? Dove just shoved, like, a third of a croissant in my mouth. Okay, Jack, I appreciate the Bitwall very much. I do. But maybe we can do it in during story time, when chat's a bit quieter and we're not going back and forth on interpretations of the Contraband. I need a drink. Jack? Hang on. Give me 2 seconds, chat. Drowning. I think I've saved you from drowning. I think we have recovered. Okay. I've momentarily halted the building of the bit wall. I'm sorry, Jack. Forgive me. The bits are too sharp to swim in. And I need opinions on the Horde de Contraband. So, hang on. I'm looking up a bit. So, because I remember one of the devs, I can't remember who. left all the messages lost to the bit. I know, I'm sorry. I had to put a minimum bit on. Okay. So there we go. I can just paste this in. That's by Elaine Damasio. Just came, what's happening? We're doing a work along, so I'm working on Expedition 33 video essay. Some other people in chat are working on some other things that you can see in the top right above me. And we're just working through. Verza loves dogs, loves his baby sister, realizing he's the cause of pain and wants the family to move on. Receptive to criticism, but offers good feedback on personal beliefs. Yes! Yes, exactly. It must be hard knowing your existence is prolonging the pain that your family is feeling because they're refusing to grieve, and all this energy that they have that they should be using to grieve is instead being used to cling on to this kind of false paradise where the person you loved isn't really gone. Okay. How many pages do you have? I'm not sure. Hang on. Right now we have... It doesn't divide it into pages, but we have just over 2,000 words. And we had 200 when I started today. So we've done about 1,800 words, which is pretty good. Considering, you know, the intermissions I've had. Yeah, it's definitely a success. And you guys have helped me think of so many things I wouldn't have thought of. And it's very, very helpful. So we did all of Verzo's from memory kind of train of thought character analysis. Then, which I do before I do the actual in-depth research and looking for voice lines and things. And like in-game events that help back it up. So I do a from memory retelling that chat also helped with, which helps me kind of weed out the key parts of his character that really stick out to me. And also, you know, what I'm missing. So for example, like I struggled quite a bit recalling the exact timeline of things. So it's good for me to go back on and do a lot more research into the timeline when I polish this section into a script. Well, before I do that. And then we're also working on just vague kind of ideas for La Haute Contrevent. Before I leave, who stopped me? I stopped you. The failure task, I haven't seen / received these supposed croissants. I'm sorry, Mayor West. I'm eating them all with single-minded determination. Delph will give you the recipe. And we'll need a review. It's basically unholy amount of marzipan, shoved inside croissant dough, and then topped with flaked almonds and sugar. It's very good. Okay. We love Dove. We do. Dove is wonderful. What else can I get on the Haute de Contrevent? Well, what did I do? You made wonderful croissants. That's what you did. Oh, it's been made into comic books in English? Read those. There we go. I'm going to try and find the English comic books. I was just getting myself some ice cubes for my Thai tea. The graphic novel we saw, yes. Yes. I forgot about that. I'm annoyed that I can't read the whole thing. But this will do. Yes. Yeah, I have to pay back the croissants. I have to pay back the beef caligan with croissants. A transaction of sorts. Hang on, I need to make a bite of croissant. Oh. Okay. There's also a summary that's been translated into English. Which I'll do a dramatic reading of. Okay. So, they are 23, form the 34th Horde de Contrevent, and are between 25 and 43 years old. In a world swept by winds, they've been trained since childhood for a single purpose, to cross the world from west to east, from the downstream to the upstream, against the current, facing the wind across plains, water, and icy peaks, to reach the mythical extreme upstream, the source of all winds. All different but united, they form an autonomous and supportive horde, moving forward with a single goal, constantly fighting against the wind, benefiting from the knowledge and experience of 8 centuries of failure. They're said to be the best and final horde, the ones who will finally reach the extreme upstream. My voice ended up calming them a little. In the counterlogs I've read during my scribe training, the fervent, furious wind has always held a special place. It remains the active and unpredictable figure of death. Every horde has encountered one, sometimes up to 7 or 8, and every scribe has tried, within the bounds of their knowledge and means, to extract lessons from it that they might save for future hordes. Thank you so much for the gift, sub Jack. My mum says I had too much marzipan. She may be right. My dad says just the right amount. He may have levels of hubris, unbeknownst to mortals. Never too much marzipan. Okay. As if even destroy. Oh wait, they are all moving. Where was I? To extract lessons from it that might save future hordes. These lessons are strange, sometimes mad, more often deep and sound. They are all moving through this thread, this gift they extend at their fingertips towards the future. As if even destroyed, even broken apart, a horde still kept deep within inside itself, embedded in its faith, the hope that one of them, later and farther on, perhaps centuries and centuries ahead in the future, will at least last to reach the extreme upstream, thanks to the accumulated exploits of the others, and that thus they will all be justified, whatever they did and forever. Who was it that stopped me and my bit? Well, I stopped you, Jack. It was my hammer. 'Twas the celestial shepherd herself. I intervened. This bond, no sheltered one, no flail will ever understand its strength. It is what lifts us each day wind rises. It is what keeps us standing under hail and scraping rain and facing the show of the French word. Without stumbling, without breaking, it's what will never let us give up at any cost, because behind us stand, trusting, those proud dead, whom we will honour to the end, not because they are dead, even as heroes, but because within them lived this gift, this furious trust they gave us, without even imagining what our faces or bodies would be, our own quest. What they knew is what we know, that the hordiers die, not the spirit of the fight. That it would be enough to see a gossail point its snout to the wind, a box would resist the gust, to understand instinctively in which direction courage blows. Alive is the one who stands and faces forward, never look back except to piss, said the epigraph of the counterlog of the 19th Horde. We left Abelas extreme downstream 27 years ago now. We were 11 years old and we never looked back. They start so young. Oh, like I said, you have to cross the entire world. Anyway, what's the stream since I just got here? It's a co-working stream. So I'm working on the next video essay. Everyone else is working on tasks or helping me with said video essay. Yes, so because we're doing... I normally don't mind the bit-wall, but because we're doing a video essay, I kind of needed some back and forth with everyone on their opinions and their takes and their ideas. So we just finished analysing Verso together, and we were just moving on to reading a bit about the inspiration for Expedition 33, which was a French sci-fi novel called The Horde de Conchevent, which is the Horde of the Counterwind. And it's very obviously a heavy inspiration. Okay. So, yes, we have done, I think, about an hour and 20 minutes worth of working together, which has been very fun. But now, it is reading time. You guys know how it goes? So, let me think what we should read today. I'm saving my debauchery. Yes, save it. Stack it up. We'd stack it up for our next community night where you guys can let it out. Or maybe I've got a collab with Cal coming up. That's always a fun time for heinous behaviour from you guys. Well, what is this stream about? It's about the deep dive we're making. The Iliad? We want Iliad? I'll get the Iliad for you guys. So we're doing a video essay together. It's just a work along. You must have a huge delay. Refresh. Yes, Jack, you may need to refresh. Yes. We haven't gambled in a bit. I'm on 3.5k. Oh yes. Next time we do marbles, we will gamba. Maybe I'll see if Cal wants to join for marbles when we do a collab. And next week, I believe, we're doing the collab. So I'll see if Cal wants to join. End of stream marbles. I'll message her and ask. Okay. We hit book 2 last time. So I'm annoyed I don't have my my copy with me. I'm a fool. But I have the same version, which is fine. Book 2. Is, I believe, page 17. Maybe? I have a semi-decent Gamba currency, so ready to lose it all. Who knows, you might win even more. Okay, book 2. Scrolling, don't mind me. Okay. So, I can move us over to... I'll change our capture to... Here we go. Ta-da! Complete anatomy study. Good job, Moth. Once we finish reading, we'll go over the task we've completed for today and congratulate everybody. Okay. I've done 12, need to do the 13th. Oh, you've got this. You're doing so good. Plus, any tasks that you started during the stream and didn't get a chance to complete before we finish, you can always tell us about in the Discord. Now the other gods and the armed warriors on the plain slept soundly, But Jove was wakeful, for he was thinking how to do honour to Achilles and destroy much people at the ships of the Achaeans. In the end, he deemed it would be best to send a lying dream to King Agamemnon. So he called once to him and said to it, "Lying dream, go to the ships of the Achaeans, into the tent of Agamemnon, and say to him, word for word as I now bid you. Tell him to get the Achaeans instantly under arms. For he shall take Troy. There are no longer divided counsels among the gods. Juno has brought them to her own mind, and woe betides the Trojans." The dream. I did see the gifted sub, Jack. I mentioned it. See you, Jack. I fear his internet may be cutting out and skipping the stream. I only went through this more than I usually do. Still, that is so good. Good job. The dream went when it had heard its message, and soon reached the ships of the Achaeans. It sought Agamemnon, son of Atreus, and found him in his tent, wrapped in a profound slumber. It hovers over his head in the likeness of Nestor, son of Neleus, who Agamemnon had honoured above all of his counsellors, and said, "You are sleeping, son of Atreus. One who has the welfare of his hosts and so much other care upon his shoulders should dock his sleep. Hear me at once, for I come as a messenger from Jove, who thought he be not near, yet takes thought for you and pities you. He bids you get the Achaeans instantly under arms, for you shall take Troy. There are no longer divided counsels among gods. Juno has brought them over to her own mind, and woe betides the Trojans at the hands of Jove. Remember this, and when you wake, see that it does not escape you." The dreamland left him, and he thought of things that were surely not to be accomplished. He thought that on the same day he was to take the city of Priam, but he little knew what was in the mind of Jove, who had many other hard-fought fight in store alike for Danaans and Trojans. Then presently he woke, with the divine message still ringing in his ears, so he sat upright and put on his soft shirt so fair and new, and over this his heavy cloak. He bound his saddles upon his comely feet and slung his silver-studded sword above his shoulders. Then he took the imperishable staff of his father and sallied forth to the ships of the Achaeans. The goddess Dawn now wended her way to the vast Olympus that she might herald day to Jove and to the other immortals, and Agamemnon sent the criers round to call the people in assembly. So they called them, and the people gathered thereon. But first he summoned a meeting of the elders at the ship of Nestor, king of Pylos, and when they were assembled he laid a cunning counsel before them. "My friends," said he, "I've had a dream from heaven in the dead of night, and its face and figure resembled none but Nestor's. It hovered over my head and said, 'You are sleeping, son of Atreus. One who has the welfare of his hosts and so much more care upon his shoulders should dock his sleep. Hear me at once, for I am a messenger from Jove, who, though he be not near, yet takes thought for you and pities you. He bids you get the Achaeans instantly under arms, for you shall take Troy. There are no longer divided counsels among the gods. Juno has brought them over to her own mind, and woe betide the Trojans at the hands of Jove. Remember this." The dream then vanished, and I awoke. Let us now therefore arm the sons of the Achaeans, but it will be well that I should first sound them, and to this end I will tell them to fly with their ships, but do you others go about among the host and prevent their doing so. He then sat down, and Nestor, the prince of Pylos, with all sincerity and goodwill addressed them thus. "My friends," said he, "princes and counsellors of the Argives, if any other man of the Achaeans had told us of this dream, we should have declared it false, and would have had nothing to do with it. But he who was seen of the foremost man among us, we must therefore set about getting the people under arms." With this he led the way from the assembly, and the other sceptred kings rose with him in obedience to the word of Agamemnon, but the people pressed forward to hear. They swarmed like bees that sally from some hollow cave and flit in countless throng among the spring flowers, bunched in knots and clusters. Even so did the nightly multitude pour from ship and tents to the assembly, and ranging themselves among ranged themselves upon the wide watered shore, while among them ran wildfire Rumour, messenger of Jove, urging them ever to the fore. Thus they gathered in a pell-mell of mad confusion, and the earth groaned under the tramp of men as the people sought their places. 9 heralds went crying about among them to stay their tumult and bid them listen to the kings, till at last they were gotten to their several places and ceased their clamour. Then King Agamemnon rose, holding his sceptre. This was the work of Vulcan, who gave it to Jove, the son of Saturn. Jove gave it to Mercury, slayer of Argus, guide and guardian. King Mercury gave it to Pelops, the mighty charioteer, and Pelops died to Atreus, shepherd of his people. Atreus, when he died, left it to Thyestes, rich in flocks, and Thyestes in his turn left it to be borne by Agamemnon, that he might be lord of all Argos and all of the isles. Leaning then on his sceptre, he addressed the Argives. My friends, he said, heroes, servants of Mars, the hand of heaven has been laid heavily upon me. Cruel Jove gave me his solemn promise that I should sack the city of Priam before returning, but he has played me false, and is now bidding me ingloriously back to Argos with the loss of much people. Such is the will of Jove, who has laid many a proud city in this dust, and he will yet lay others, for his power is above all. It will be a sorry tale hereafter that an Achaean host, as once go great and valiant, battled in vain against men fewer in number than themselves. But as yet the end is not in sight. Think that the Achaeans and Trojans have sworn to a solemn covenant, and that they have each been numbered, the Trojans by the roll of the householders, and we by the companies of 10. Think further, that each of our companies desired to have a Trojan householder to pour out their wine. We are so greatly more in number that full many a company would have to go without other places, without its cupbearer. They have in the town many allies from other places, and it is these that hinder me from being able to sack the rich city of Ilios. 9 of Jove's years are gone, the timbers of our ships have rotted, their tackling is sound no longer. Our wives and little ones at home look anxiously for our coming, but the work that we come hither to do has not been done. Now therefore let us all do as I say. Let us sail back to our own land, for we shall not take Troy. With these words he moved the hearts of the multitude, so many of them knew not the cunning counsel of Agamemnon. They surged to and fro like the waves from the Icarian Sea, when the east and south winds break from heaven's clouds to lash them, or as when the west wind sweeps over a field of corn, and the ears bow beneath the blast. Even so were they swayed as they flew with loud cries towards the ships, and the dust from under their feet rose heavenward. They cheered each other on to draw the ships into the sea. They cleared the channels in front of them, they began taking away their stays from underneath them, and the welkin rang with their glad cries. So eager were they to return. Da-da-da! And there we go. I love reading the Iliad. I'm very glad whenever I get a single suggestion to read the Iliad. Oh gosh, hang on. I just realised that my alerts are on. So, whoop. There we go. Okay. So, let me see what tasks we did together today. I like the cozy outfit for your model. Thank you. I wanted a casual outfit today. So we got my casual outfit. And I'm very excited for our slumber party next week, which is going to be on Friday, which will be our next stream actually. So for next stream on Friday, 6 p.m. GMT, same time. No, not 6 p.m. GMT. I'm lying to you. I am lying to you. I don't know my own schedule. It's not 6 p.m. GMT. It's going to be later. Probably like maybe 10, 9, 10. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I need to work on my schedule. And then I will give you my schedule. But we're going to have a slumber party next week. And I have another new outfit to show off. It's a pajama outfit and it has a very special pillow. Okay? It has a very important pillow with it that I can toggle on, and we're going to be yapping and reading and talking about our weeks and catching up and all of that fun stuff. There is one failed croissant, not Mel West. I am so sorry, Mel West. Please forgive me. Will you ever forgive me for hiding your croissants from you? Okay, let me get the tasks up so that I can see them all. Ignoring that it's in my face. Okay, I'm just going to move it to where chat is. There we go. Good enough. Okay, so we can see we can see the tasks that we did today. So I completed Research Verso with your help. Beautiful. And overall, as an entire chat, we completed 11 of 15 tasks, 73% completed, with Dove, Mare West, Hi, Moth, and yeah, that's it. You guys all completed tasks. Very well done, and a round of applause for you guys. I am so proud of you. And watch stream. And Teo. Teo can now complete their task to watch the stream. I'm gonna keep hitting my head on the wall with this, of course. And anyone who has tasks left over that they ran out of time to complete during the stream, please keep us up to date in the Discord. I would love to hear about the tasks that you're doing. You just do !complete and then watch stream. So !complete, watch stream. And then you will have completed your very own task. And I really loved this stream, actually. I had a load of fun with it. So I'm gonna have to maybe do this again. Because I've got a lot of work to do with this video essay. And I would love to bring you guys along for the ride to make it, you know, we played the game as a community, and Cal is live as if you want to raid her. Oh my gosh, she's still live? Amazing. Yes, let's raid to her. Let's raid Cal. Thank you, Mina. Okay, so good job to everybody who completed tasks today. I am very grateful to everyone for joining in, for being here today. Thank you guys so much. I had a lot of fun. Let me know in the Discord progress of your tasks and also how you liked the stream. You know, how you liked the stream, if you like the setup, the layout, if you like my new outfit. I like my new outfit. I think it's really cute. Okay, I'm gonna set up the raid now. I think she's trying to beat Resident Evil. Oh, we have to raid into her because lest you guys forget, I made a Leon Kennedy video essay before, so I'm sad I missed most of it. This would have been very helpful for me in my tasks. Well, if you guys like them, genuinely, I would love to do them again. I can even add them during our slumber party stream. Maybe at the beginning we have some tasks, and at the end we read for an hour or so. So, you know, let me know. I would love to hear everyone's opinions on whether we should make this like a similar regular stream type of situation, because I'm always looking for ideas for things to do that aren't just playing games. Because I love playing games with you guys, I do, and genuinely it's so much fun. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to have something fresh to look forward to. So, one horror game Sue might be willing to play on stream. Yes, I might be playing Resident Evil on stream. Maybe. No promises. No promises, guys, okay? I can just write a Resident Evil 9 if I get it as a business expense. Okay. Alright. Thank you guys for being here. Chat in the Discord. I will see you all again on Friday, but I'll put out my schedule probably in a couple days. Don't fret if you haven't seen anything by like Wednesday, but if it gets to Thursday and I haven't put down the time yet, ping me, okay? Ping me. @Seer. Everyone get the spark shining in your chat. Thank you so much, everyone, for sending a raid message. Mare West and Minor. Okay. Moth, we appreciate the effort. Okay. Everybody join in the raid. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It's lovely to be with you all, as always. Rest well, Sparks, and I hope your dreams are very, very kind.